Okay, so it is day 5 of me working on the desk. So today, like I said, we were going to do some woodwork. So right now I'm taking my flat piece. It's just like a piece of I don't know, like not even plywood, but like particle board, I think that's what you call it. And I am cutting it to size. So the way these pieces are made, they have like that dip in them, and I don't want the dip because I think it'll just be a lot more work to shape all of the dowels. So I'm using a board to make a flat piece across, so it'll be all uniform when we attach it to the front. So anyways, that is what I am doing, and we have this also. I'll set it up and you guys can watch. So here's my little workstation. There's not a lot of light in here, so we have the lamp. I have my compound saw here, safety goggles, and this is like our little setup for measuring. So anyways, let's work.
I'll do the recording.
No, go ahead. Nobody can see. Just need 2 people out. Oh wait, what's my mask at? Something's flying up in my nose. Ah. I need this. You need one too. Do you want to use it to draw, or you want to just go? Alright, so I'm about to measure these and cut them down 4 inches.
Do you want to get
See. Huh? Get what? I'm foggy. Foggy.
do you want to do it?
Huh?
Okay, it's fine.
I should have put my hand right
Right, don't put your hand there. Just,
Right here?
yeah, go on. Lift it up first and then go towards it.
there. You got it out?
Just press the little button as well.
Okay, so what I'm doing is I am taking the dowels that we cut in 4-inch pieces and seeing how many I need to fit on this piece. So, you know, obviously you could just like do some math. Now they seem a little short, which is weird. First they were too long, now they're a bit too short. I think that's okay because this is like the top drawer. So I could probably make this work. But let's just see what we got. I know some of them, like those earlier ones, are too, like that's way too short. Let's take that out. Some of these, they're like so short. So maybe I should, I wonder if the piece is even, like, see, because it matches here, but then down here to the, so I think one of the problems is that the piece isn't even, but it takes nearly a full board. I have the original one in my pocket. Nearly a full piece to do one. Oddly enough, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So it takes 19 pieces to cover one drawer. So I'm gonna do this again. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just make them longer. So I'm gonna use this one as my model one. For the rest of these. So I said 19, I got 5, 6. So I need 13 more of these. So I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna move on to cutting them for the larger drawers, which there are 3 times as many as of those drawers as there are these. So. Okay, so we're making good progress. We've moved on to like the 6-inch long drawers, I guess. So what we've decided to do is do like 3 at a time just to cut some of the time. So I've marked one all the way through, and now we're just gonna cut all 3 at the same time just to get them done. It takes, as you guys saw, about like each one will do maybe 1 drawer. So I know that I need at least another piece or 2, but I'm gonna try to get as much done as I can with what I have. So when I'm ready to start gluing them to the boards, I'll come back. All right, so here is the drawer with the short dowels, and here's one with the longer dowels. So I'm just going to bring it over to the little table and get started attaching these, and I'm using this Gorilla Glue. All right, so I try to situate it where you guys can see me. So I guess here goes. I hate these things. They're so hard to use. I hope it's not like frozen. Ugh. I might have to get some reinforcements because this should just come out. Ugh. Let me make sure it's on here tight. I didn't set this up. Oh God. How annoying. Alright. I think that's something else. Okay, it's freezing. See, I got the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer going on. So I am going to actually bring this project inside. But before we do that, we're going to go grab some dinner. So I did buy this today because we couldn't remember if I had bought some previously. So I'm not sure if this is just like frozen or if it's like a dud. It was brand new, just opened it. So I'm gonna leave it in here to get like room temperature to see if it'll move. If not, I'll open this one up and we'll resume this project in a couple hours after dinner. So it's 6:26 right now. Should be back before 9 p.m. If I don't do it tonight, I'll get up and do this first thing in the morning. My aspiration was to get the dowels on at least as many as possible so I could see like how many I needed and I could then hit the hardware store tomorrow and hopefully let them dry overnight and then paint tomorrow morning. I do have a lunch date with a friend planned, so I can't spend all day on this because I'm pretty sure once I leave here and go to lunch or leave here to go home to change for lunch or whatever, I probably won't come back because I also have a sewing so along in the evening, so it just makes sense to stay put. So I'll try to get as much as I can done in the morning before, let's say 10 a.m. if I don't get to it tonight. So for now, ta-ta, I will be back. Morning, y'all. So I decided to do this in the house, adding the dowels. And so here's one finished. I've done 3. I don't have enough to do all of them, but I have enough to do most of them. So I'm gonna show you what I'm kind of doing. So I ended up using this stuff, and I'm just globbing it on because it's mad thick. Using this stick to smooth it out, and then I'm just placing the dowels on here. So super simple, not much to it. I'll show you what they all look like when I'm finished. Okay, so here's what I've done. I have 1 3/4 one full one of the shorter drawers, and I have 3 of the 6 larger drawers completed, and like a half of one of the larger drawers. So I still have these 2 boards to cover as well as finish these 2. So I think I need about 4 more to finish this. So I'm gonna let these dry, set for a bit. I'll probably prime them. I'm trying to decide if I want to paint them or if I want to stain them. But I think because I've been like drawing on them and stuff, it's probably just best to go ahead and paint them. So I'll prime them first so they don't eat up all my paint, because it's raw wood, and move on to evening up the edges and spraying and adding a veneer to the final product is like the next step. So stay tuned for part 6. Thank you again for following me on this journey. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again for following me on this journey. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.